Hi everyone, my name is Kristen Thurston and we talk about myofascial lines today, more specifically the superficial front line, superficial back line, spiral line, and lateral line. And to help me, I have my friend Flynn here. He's going to show you where on the body all of the myofascial lines are, and then I will demonstrate exercises or movements that will challenge the whole entire line, each line individually. So I hope you enjoy. First one we're going to talk about is the superficial front line. So that's shown in here with the black string on Flynn. It's going to start on the dorsal side of the foot at all 5 toes. It's going to go through the toe extensors to meet up with the tibialis anterior. From there, it goes up through there to the tibial tuberosity, to the patellar ligament and the patella. From there, it's going to go through the quadricep to bring it up to the anterior inferior iliac spine. Breaks off then, and then it starts back up again at the pubic tubercle. From there, up through the rectus abdominis to about the 5th rib, through the sternalis, through the sternocleidomastoid, and connects up by your ear for the mastoid process. The postural function of the superficial front line is to balance out the superficial back line, as well as maintain postural flexion of the knee. These muscles will also protect our front surface, as well as the viscera in our ventral cavity. These muscles will move us in the sagittal plane with trunk flexion, hip flexion, and knee extension, as well as dorsiflexion of the foot. One way to demonstrate all of these movements is to do a drop kick in Taekwondo. To progress this exercise, we'll add in that other leg to do a kick and then the drop kick. Now for the superficial back line, which is demonstrated in the purple here. It's going to start on the plantar side of the foot this time. So from all 5 toes, it's going to go through the plantar fascia to the calcaneus. From there, it's going to go through the Achilles tendon, the gastrocnemius, to the condyle of the femur right behind the knee. It's going to go into a triangle shape and go through all the hamstrings to meet up at the ischial tuberosity. From there, through the sacral fascia to the sacrum, it's going to meet up with the erector spinae group, come all the way up to the occipital ridge. From there, it's going to follow the fascia of the scalp and meet up, finish off at the frontal brow ridge. The postural function of the superficial back line is to keep the body in full extension to prevent the tendency to curl over throughout the day. So because these muscles are activated all day long, they have more slow twitch fibers in comparison to the more fast twitch fibers that the frontal line has. So this superficial back line will also move us in the sagittal plane, creating extension and hyperextension, except for at the knee where it will create flexion, and at the foot where it will create plantar flexion. An example of this would be a back kick in Taekwondo. And to progress that exercise, you can do a step back kick and make it a little faster. So the lateral line is represented by the green here on Flynn, and it's going to start by the foot again. 1st and 5th metatarsal base, and it's going to go into the fibularis muscle. From here to the head of the fibula, it's going to cross over through the anterior ligament to the lateral condyle of the tibia and go into the iliotibial tract. So from there, it's going to split into 2 different directions. One way that it's going to go is through the gluteus maximus to the posterior superior iliac spine. From there, it's going to cross over to the front, through the obliques, through the abdominal obliques to the ribs. Again, cross back over through the internal and external intercostals to meet up with the thoracic vertebrae, and cross back over to the front to meet up with the clavicle, and then through the sternocleidomastoid to meet up with the occipital ridge in the back here. The other way that it's going to go from the iliotibial tract is to the front, so through the tensor fasciae latae, right about here, the TFL, it's going to meet up with the anterior superior iliac spine. Then it's going to cross over through the abdominal obliques again to meet up with the thoracic vertebrae, through the internal external intercostals to meet up with the ribs in the front, and then back around to meet up with the lower cervical and the upper thoracic spinous process, and then through the splenius capitis It's going to cross back over to the front, meet up again by the ear to meet up with the mastoid process. The postural function of the lateral line is to create frontal plane stability, as well as balance out our left and our right activities. The movement of this will create lateral bend, as well as decelerate when standing, and then accelerate when going perpendicular to gravity, so trunk and hip abduction. An example of this would be doing an EDAN, or to make it a little bit more advanced, you can do a head kick EDAN. Now the spiral line is represented in the pink here. So it's going to start at the first metatarsal base and then split off right away. So one way that it's going to go is on the dorsal side of the foot to meet up with the tibialis anterior, go right up to the lateral tibial condyle to meet up with the IT band, go through there, through the TFL to meet up with the ASIS, through the internal obliques to meet up with the abdominal lineae, and then the external obliques is going to bring it to the lateral ribs, through the lateral ribs, through the serratus anterior to meet up with the medial border of the scapula. Then the rhomboids major and minor are going to bring it to this cervical, lower cervical and upper thoracic spinous process again, and then through this way, spinous capitis, to bring it meet it up with the mastoid process again. The other way that it's going to go is right here. First metatarsal base, it's going to meet up with the fibularis on the back here. It's going to go to the fibular head, to the biceps femoris, and meet up with the ischial tuberosity. Then through the sacral fascia to the sacrum, through the erector spinae, and meet up with this same process one more time, and then go straight up to the occipital ridge here. The postural function for the spiral line is to maintain balance across all planes in the body. A movement in this would be to create and mediate spirals and rotations in the body. An example of this would be to do a cut in Taekwondo, and a more advanced version of that would be a double. The front and back functional lines are unique because they don't contribute to everyday posture and everyday movements. Instead, they're more recruited for contralateral movements that are normally used during athletic activities like kicking a soccer ball or shooting a puck.